10,000 years, everyone we know, every generation after them, will be gone by the time we arrive.
But we'll be at the Almagest system, colonizing across the stars, expanding humanity, building everyone's future.
We're the part of the final wave, Miro. Lost to leave, and not knowing what we are walking into.
We will face whatever comes together. The first wave of ships, the Napier, the Shanong, they laid the foundation. We will complete their legacy. We left Earth in 2093. Over 1,000 years into our journey, and the first time waking up to refuel felt like a short nap. Yvonne and I wake at each of the 10 refueling stops, harvesting Perez particles deposited from dying stars, programming the warp drive's next jump, and then going back to sleep until the next one. Everyone else is sleeping and dreaming of the Almagest system, our destination. Past the halfway mark, and the warp drive is as perfect as the day it was installed. We are on track to arrive exactly when we are supposed to.
I don't know. I have this feeling in my stomach that there's something waiting for us in the darkness.
I hope you're wrong, Yvonne.
There it is, Delphos, and Almagest shining in the distance.
I'm picking up something.
They're heading right for us.
We can't evade it. Brace for impact.
Damn, I knew it. We need to abandon ship.
Not an option. Some of them didn't make it.
You tried to save the ship, and look what it cost me.
43 cryopods breached. The rest are stable, but the ship is busted.
So we're dead?
No, Verdure is in range of the escape pods. I can make planetfall, find resources, and help.
You mean leave me here, alone, in a crashed ship?
You are too injured to make the trip. The colonists need someone here to monitor them and keep things stable.
This is your fault. We could have made it out just fine if we'd left when I said so.
I'm sorry.
Fine. Go be the hero. Again.
I'll be as quick as I can, promise.
Whatever.
Hello and welcome to Space Engineers 2. Oh my god, we are finally here. And just gotta trigger the next little bit of the audio, as the brothers need to talk to each other for a second. Then we can do our entire intro.
Yvonne, I made it, but just barely. How are the colonists?
The cryopods are stable. Thanks for asking how I'm doing, though.
Alright, good. Just had to talk to each other for a moment. Ooh, we have an unknown signal. How wonderful. We'll have to check that out very shortly here. But we are here in Space Engineers 2. Oh my god, finally we've got our Space Engineers 2. And we can play it with planets. Oh, and as such, we're going to start our first series of videos on the game, as we have gameplay. It's no longer just a sort of block builder tech demo in space. We have survival. We have some things we can build. And so we are going to start the series. This series is going to focus on the colonization, as there is the whole new mechanic where you get contracts and you go out and you do stuff at the various places and you colonize the sector. So they're going to be expanding this in future vertical slices. But right now we have Verdure and Chemic as our two planets that we can visit. So we are going to try to get them fully colonized. And then the series will pause once I've got sort of what's available in that vertical slice done. Series will go on pause, wait for the next vertical slice, and then when the next bit of update comes in, I'll play again with the same save, hopefully, if it works and they don't have to like do a reset or anything like that, and we'll continue on our adventure. That is my plan, and I hope you guys are interested in going along with that and seeing my adventure through Space Engineers to Alpha. Now, first thing I need to do, I need to do this. My God, I need to open this up and go to character gear, and I need to change this because they have it drill, welder, grinder. Absolutely not. It is always welder, then grinder, then drill. I am like, that is muscle memory. I will never be able to get used to not having my welder on one. It's just not possible. But we are going to follow through the tutorial. This is sort of like the initial scenario to teach people who have absolutely no idea what they're doing how to play the game. We have a random jetpack.
Good
Fuel
news.
tank?
The drill still works. I've
drill
detected
still works.
multiple ore deposits.
Maybe it can find a better brother while it's at it.
Yvonne, I know you're still angry, but I'm gonna make this right.
Just don't forget about me up here.
Okay. I did not expect that voice line to trigger when I picked up something. It's gotta be when your inventory gets slightly bigger is the trigger for it, because I definitely did not drill anything yet. Well, let's go follow the checkpoints. Ooh, a new ship. Investigate the ship. Oh, okay. So this is the really cool part about Space Engineers building that I'm going to really enjoy. They have this ship, like the cockpit here, and it's a projection. It's not physically there. I can go and stand inside of it, right? But I can see where it is. And you can build off of these projections like you have creative. So you can have symmetry. You can use like you click and take out a whole line of blocks or a whole plane of blocks. You can do all that stuff. And then you just go in and weld it. Talking about welding, we can also see that we are able to use both raw materials, and if I press R, I can switch it over to what those actual components would be. Oh, so useful. So we see we just need some iron, silicon, and nickel. We'll be able to build up this cockpit and this battery and get this ship operational. Let's go. We've got to excavate our way into the cave.
What do you see?
I found an unfinished atmospheric ship. I'm heading into what looks like an old mine. Maybe I can find some ores to repair it.
Ooh. And my lights just turned on automatically because that is a new feature. No longer do you have to turn them on and off yourself. Just walk into a dark area and they'll turn on. So it gives us a little bit of movement for jetpack. We need to get it across here. Although you can yeet yourself and jump across there if you do it correctly. And press X to activate jetpack and get rid of the tooltip. And here, we have to crouch. I guess so. But we can also not crouch because we're space engineers. And we are excellent at removing voxel and making things able for us to walk straight through. Anything else in these containers? A battery. But now we have to mine a little bit of ore in order to move on. We got 100 nickel. Should be pretty quick. Just like 1 or 2 drills. Yeah. Objective completed. Got a couple hundred there. Almost a ton of iron. Like a literal ton. 920 kilos. Thankfully that was done lickety-split. Grab a little bit of extra because you can never have too much iron. We'll probably use it for stuff in the future. And then just 80 of silicon, which should just be 1 drill. Yep. Just need a tiny bit. Tiny bit of silicon. And our character is now carrying almost 2 tons of raw ore. Holy crap. That is impressive. We are strong. And now we can come over here. And you can either look at it from the use raw materials page or on the components page. And it will still use raw materials. It just says in the top there, see crafting components as you put the pieces into it. So you can actually still just look at components and be like, oh, that's what I'm building as things get built up there. But we didn't manage to build this.
What's the plan?
I'll look for a way to reach orbit and gather the materials and components to repair the Calypso.
Then move fast. I've been stuck on this ship for 10,000 years. I don't want to spend another second on it.
What something we'll do here is we'll drop ourselves down right beside this drop pod, and there's a few bits of salvage you should probably do on your drop pod when you start the game. Because if you take a look here, these hydrogen thrusters need grids, and grids need cobalt. I mean, we can get some cobalt in the future, but we don't have that immediately. So those would be kind of nice. We can get those salvaged up. We will be using these before the episode is done to upgrade the ship that you get at the end of the tutorial. And I mean, why leave this material here? Why not? Scavenge it. Salvage it. Coming through here, we can also see that there's this battery. We can take the battery out and then grind down the battery itself, the battery block. And we have a spare battery pack. If we take a look, we can see right there, 30% power. It's not too much, but I mean, if you needed it, you can easily grab it there. And if there's anything fancy here, some motors in the seats. Well, we are quickly running out of space. So we are going to do our first upgrade to one of these ships. We're going to get a cargo container and slap it down on the roof. And probably just this size cargo container. That's all this ship can really handle. And we've scavenged enough resources that we're able to fully build it without having to use any of our raw materials. I'll grab out the paint gun, give it a little paint. And also, you've got your grids here. We can hold R and then select a color. We'll just select out the normal standard gray as our base color, and then we can paint things from there. Just a little bit more scavenging, some steel tubes, why not? all, I mean, it's all iron components, but I mean, why not? It's here. It would be a waste to leave these materials behind. And while we're here, we will take a quick expedition off towards this unknown signal that is 6.5 kilometers away. We do have that spare battery, so we should have plenty of fuel. And we can say goodbye to the mission objective. We're going the other direction. Remember, it does say explore. It doesn't say which way I should explore. Ah, yes. We are off into uncharted wilderness. And I mean quite literally. I've never flown this way before yet on this planet. I have no idea what I'm gonna find. Oh, very nice valley. And there's unknown signal down there. Oh, wait. This looks like this could be a river in the future. You see how there's like no vegetation? I mean, at this point in the alpha, there is no water yet. I mean, you can cheat it in using the debug menu, but that's not like official. But this... Oh yeah, this is totally going to be like a run of a river or something in the future. Oh. Or maybe like just a pathway? I want this to be a river. I want this to be a river so badly. That would be cool. It would head on down and go into the body of water down there. Oh, that'd be perfect. But here we are. Unknown signal. What do you have for us? Oh, some kind of station. Some kind of little house. Locked ourselves down. Okay. Gotta crouch to get in through that door. Loot. Hey, a fully... No, I thought it was a fully charged power module. I saw the 1.0 and thought that was 100%. But it just means there's one power module. A little bit of wire, some electronic parts. There's some beds there. There's a bathroom with a med kit in the bathroom. That's actually kind of like... appropriate. Hey, but this is just a nice little house. I mean, this is good. No functionality there. What else we got? Oh, is this a cave? Oh! Oh, what is this? I've never seen this before yet. There's a stair. Oh, I don't think this thing was meant to spawn this way. Because I think this thing spawned and then it's like in the terrain and it's not supposed to do that. I think there's more stuff underneath here. Oh, let's check it out. I think we gotta drill it out, though. Ooh. Or this would be really cool if this was actually how it was supposed to spawn. And it comes up as like a... You know, like this is, I don't know, like a lost thing, and you gotta find your way down here and grind it out, and it's buried. Oh, this is cool. Gotta uncover the base. What do we got down here? This is... Oh, it's a gear forge. Oh, cool. It's to make the better tools and stuff. To get the better grinders and... Oh, I'm totally taking you. Take a look at your components. Yeah, that's a lot of iron worth right there. There we go. I've uncovered basically this entire room. We've got a pair of gear forges and a few crates with a chemical synthesizer. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Chrome coatings, more chemical synthesizers. Some chromium, some silver. That's some cool loot. We'll definitely grab these gear forges. Oh, another doorway! Oh, more. That's a battery room. Okay. Okay. Oh, so I can re-enable the battery and repower this space. Oh, that's kind of cool. But I don't think I need to. We'll just grab these bits. We'll take that battery back and we'll chop down what we can. I'm about to run out of space. And that's all good. We'll just leave that stuff there. I don't really need the... cut down these other bits. And we got our first fun little unknown signal. Wasn't that entertaining? Now, I'm not sure if that was intentional for it to spawn within the ground there. I don't believe so. But it kind of made this really interesting little, you know, emergent storyline of like this old base that has gotten like collapsed and filled in sort of thing. And we'll just took that power charge, but the signal's still there. Do you still have a power charge somewhere in here? Because I do not want to see your signal anymore. I've scavenged everything from here, so I will cut you down. So I do not see your signal in the future. Very good. But now we can continue on with the actual storyline of the tutorial. Alright, we're coming in hot. We got explore. Objective complete. Found a partially functioning testing facility. Restoring it to working order might reveal something about the area. You can come on in, and remember, we have the safe landing speeds, right? So as long as we are under 20 meters a second, doesn't matter how hard we hit the ground. That is completely fine. We're not going to damage anything. Which is cool. Alright. What do we got? We need to fix a conveyor line. Alright. Okay. So we have here block recipes. With your welder equipped, approach a block. To view the materials required to build it, press R to toggle between raw materials and components. We can see here we've actually salvaged a fair amount of components. So I should be able to build this up without using much raw materials. I just need a bit more steel tube. I do have that in my cargo container. Yes. And I can do shift 10. Oh, it's not shift. Shift click should move 10 of them. Yeah, shift double click moves 10. Control double click moves 100. And then just double clicking moves the entire stack. You can see here they're giving me a drilling voxels thing. Environmental terrain is fully destructible. Use your drill to remove voxels and cover ores beneath the surface. But thankfully, we've scavenged enough stuff that we do not need to do that. We can just rebuild from our scavenged materials.
status update?
I just finished fixing something, and I've got a new location to check out.
This is turning into a wild goose chase.
I know, but I feel like I'm being guided.
Let's hope your mysterious guide knows how to find the parts to fix the Calypso.
Alright, so we're being guided. We have to explore up in the mountains. So, something we can do here is you can see our battery is at 23%. That's quite low. So what we can do with that, also with the other battery modules, 30, 30, 30, these are all low battery modules. So I don't like them. So we can take this and we can take all of these battery modules, well, most of them, and we can see this one here is insert battery module with the highest charge. So I can put one in there, take that one now, and the battery is at 100% because we're able to just swap around the module. And it makes life so much easier. Now what we can do is have those 100% modules, put them in our cargo container here, and take out all the 30% modules and slap all the 30% ones in here. And you can see now this one's charging. So it's going to make life so much easier if you have a small ship that you want to be able to quickly refuel. You just pull the battery module out, grab one off your base, slap a new one in. 100%. No more connecting and then waiting for the ship to recharge. You can just do your thing. And I can see if is there anything here? Anything I can steal? No, probably not. But I know there's something I want to steal. And that's this thruster. If we look at it with our welder and we switch it into ore mode, we can see the combo. We cannot use raw materials for heavy-duty plate, permanent magnets, combustion chambers, and more heavy-duty plate. So I really, really want to take some of these things. Like those 12 compressors, I want to take them, baby. We're going to scavenge a little bit here.
Inventory full.
Yeah, heavy-duty plates there. And what we might do, we'll deposit what we can, which isn't, we can't do any more depositing. What we might do is drop some things like these steel plates, because we can always make more steel plates. We can always make more construction components. Right now, I don't have the ability to make permanent magnets, so I should try to get as many of those as I can, because they'll help kickstart me to getting my stuff built up. Same thing with this O2H2 generator. We're going to get through the grinding here down to those compressors. I want all 12 of those. I don't care about the rest of it. That's just steel plate. Same thing for this. This is all just iron and nickel. I don't care about it. But I wanted those compressors, man. They're going to be useful. Is there anything in here that requires stealing? Just some beds. You got, ooh, we got a locker under the bed for a med kit. I'll take it. Survival kit, but that again is just basic resources. I don't need to steal that. Nothing in the washroom. Oh, otherwise nothing here. All right. We're fully charged up. Let's get out of here and head on to the next exploration target. Ooh, we got some kind of base there. You can come on in for a landing, as we are currently coasting on our momentum upwards. Yeah, there's a couple landing pads there. So let's come on in for a nice and gentle landing. Oh, we're getting closer. We got to investigate ship. I wonder what this could be.
Yes, I found a hydrogen-powered ship, meaning it's space-capable.
Finally. This is going to massively increase your ability to search for what we need and get me out of here.
That's the spirit, Yvonne.
Nice. We got a ship here. Need to prepare the ship. To finish building ship, you need several more rare resources. A mining camp higher up the mountains could be a good place to search. You can see here, this needs grids. I did steal some grids. We do have some, so we could do some fixing right now. But we'll play by the rules of the scenario. To be brutally honest, I tried doing some stuff here, and on a previous run of this, I did things out of order, and I absolutely screwed up all of the triggers and flags and scripting for the events, and it wouldn't give me the next objective. Oh, is this not flying? Do you need a battery pack or something? Here, I'll get you a good, strong battery pack. No, I don't want to take that one. Strongest charge. Strongest charge goes in here. And then this one can be the weakest charge. There we go. How about you? You on? Hello? Oh, there we go. Just needed to turn it on. Because ours is full of resources, so we'll take this grasshopper that is nice and light up to the mining camp in order to get some resources. Alright. We need to locate the ores. Head on in through here. And we've got a nice mine out in front of us. Excellent! And what do we need here? To fix the ship, you'll need 2.2 tons of iron, a little bit of nickel, silicon, and cobalt. Alright. So we'll grab the bits and bobs of what we need here. And this one is a bit different than the other, like the first time you're given a list of ores. The other time you're actually like tracked and the objectives change based on when you get that amount of ore. But here they're just sort of like, yeah, this is what you'll need. You can press tab to look at your inventory and figure it out yourself, which is kind of fun. It's sort of increasing the amount of trust they have that the player is learning. So, do I really need more cobalt? No, I don't. I've got my 180. I actually have 250. So now I can just fill up my inventory with iron. As you never, ever have enough iron.
Inventory full.
Excellent. Full inventory. Oh, such a delicious thing. We can get out of here. Jump back in our ship. Don't even need to add any cargo to it or anything. Should be fine just as is with my personal cargo on my character. And we can go use these materials to finish the ship. Alright, leave that guy there. And jump. And we should have everything we need to build all of these missing components.
The ship's ready. There's a hydrogen generator on board, but we're missing ice. I'm heading to the mountains to collect some.
Alright. So we're able to get in the ship and at least move around a little bit. Just going to park it up here. And we should probably take this opportunity to just do a big cargo transfer to the other ship. As this is the one that we're going to be leaving the planet with. These grasshoppers are going to stay behind. So there is no point in leaving a bunch of stuff on them. Now, this is one thing I wish they would change. You can see in my inventories right now, I have a med kit in my consumable. Like if I press F to open inventory here, you can see this. Like I can grab my other consumables, right? Fill up my consumable area. That's great. And I go, and I'm wanting to deposit all the stuff I'm carrying, because I do have like some steel plates and heavy duty plates and such. And if I use the Alt right click, it deposits everything, but also my consumables. So it would be nice if in the future they made it so that deposit didn't deposit consumables. Because it would be, I kind of want to have my consumables on me. And I want to just be able to transfer stuff around without losing them every single time. So maybe that'll be something they can do in the future. But for now, we got our grasshopper. It is empty. And we're going to head on up to the ice cave and get ourselves some ice. Ooh, ice. We can go mine ourselves out. It says you need about 2,000, which should be a whole inventory's worth, which, yeah, that's about right. We'll just fill up our character's inventory, and that should be more than enough ice to get us off planet and do our initial exploration. Full inventory.
Yvonne, there's something familiar about this landscape.
What do you mean?
Scots pine, oak, daisies, earth species. The trees alone are centuries of years old, spreading over vast regions.
But the first ships from the Bering Project could have only arrived 10 years ago. There's no way this could have developed naturally.
Agreed. But the mystery will have to wait. Repairing the Calypso comes first.
Now, I have a pretty good idea of what this mystery will be. And I feel like it's... If you don't want to hear any spoilers, you can skip ahead a few minutes. If I'm correct or not. But I have a theory that we did arrive on time. But at some point, because it took us 10,000 years to get to the system, right? Within those 10,000 years, the planet that we left, like Earth, continued to develop tech. You would think that after 10,000 years, they couldn't make a faster hyperdrive, like a faster jump, and that they would then leave at a later date, but going so much faster that they'll pass us and arrive before we do. And so they left however many years, several thousand years after we left, but they got here several thousand years before us, or hundreds of years, or whatever it is. And so now they've been here, and this planet system is all like old, and that society like maybe even completely flourished and then decayed already. And we're just going to be finding like the remnants of an old society that is already decaying, even though we were supposed to be the first ones here. I think that is going to be the sort of mystery of SE2. But anyway, spoilers over. We've got our ice here, and we just need to pop it into the car container to refuel it. Excellent. The hydrogen ship's log mentions a transmission with an unknown vessel that crashed nearby. It references an orbital station called Valian Station. Locate the crash site and retrieve the coordinates. All right. So we will leave this ship here. It is currently O2 H2ing and building up some hydrogen. And we will grab our grasshopper with its empty cargo container to go over to that shipwreck. Because there's a couple things on that shipwreck that if you're starting off a playthrough of SE2, you should definitely do this. There's a few things on that shipwreck that you are going to want to gather, to scavenge.
Have you left already?
I'm sorry, no. Not yet. I spotted a larger shipwreck over the ridge. I'm going to check it out.
What do you hope to find?
Something. Anything that can help us.
This sounds like a waste of time, Miro.
Alright. It's not going to be a waste of time because we're going to get some good stuff out of this. It's like, hold on, brother. Let me cook. Enter the shipwreck. Oh, God. I love all the different damage states. They make this look so much cooler. Some wires, motors, and those things. Nothing in the lockers, it seems. And we get a little thing for grinding. We have to grind through this block. Whoa! Not my fault. Not my fault. This is an old shipwreck. It's not my fault. Enter the control seat. I got some stuff in our way. Get out of my way, a little structural piece. Yeah. Enter the control seat. There we go. Need to get back to the weather station.
I've just
ready for
downloaded
takeoff.
a waypoint, Valian Station, belonging to the Colonization Authority.
Who or what is that?
Apparently, it's an orbital station built to support colonization in the Almagest system. The logs mention contracts and rewards.
Finally. This can get me out of here. Get up there and see what's on offer.
And now we do the scavenging. So these ion thrusters here, they don't have any of their really nice equipment, like the ion chambers and platinum electrodes and stuff like that. But you have some heavy duty plate. And also these large thrusters have ultra resistant plate. I don't even know how to build those. I don't even know what those need. So I'll take a few ultra resistant plate. Sure. I think about half a dozen of them. I will gladly take those with me. Now, the other thing, I don't know if you saw it, but we're going to go in through the ceiling here, because it's probably the easiest way to get back in there, is in here, let me through, thank you, we have a gravity generator and assembler. Now, steal these, 100%. You can build them with raw materials, but you notice you need gold. And I have not found gold yet in the game. I haven't played very much in terms of the actual survival. Just did like the preview videos and stuff like that. So the ability just to slap down a full assembler on your starting base immediately because you scavenge this one is going to be extremely useful. So grab this assembler. Again, I won't grab the steel plate. That's just too much work. But I will grab the heavy duties and the gravity cores. No idea what they require, but I cannot build them with ore. So that will be a useful thing to have for the future, is these gravity cores. And that's it. This cargo container is full. I am full. And that's probably all that we're going to get out of this ship here. Now, there is some more you could do. You could definitely grab one of these large batteries, and I think I might want to, because that motherboard and lead bar, you can't build the motherboard directly to build a large battery. And I'd like to have a large battery on my base up in space. So I'm kind of tempted to grab that. And I could definitely just toss this steel plate. Fuck that steel plate. We don't need it. Right? We can make steel plate we can't make motherboards right now. So the ability to have a full battery up on my base in space is going to be highly useful. So we will take that. We'll drop off what we can. And even just the ability to make lead bar on a motherboard. We already have some was it ultra resistant? No, heavy duty. I could just go down here until the point where I get the motherboard and the lead bar. Yes! And that's all I need. I already have heavy duty plate from the other stuff. Right? Yes, I have a ton of it. So I don't need it. I just need the motherboard and the lead bar. I could even just dump some heavy duty plate. No, we'll keep it. We'll keep it. We got 2 large batteries. Bits for those. That's all we need. And oh god, we're heavy now. We're going to take a little while to get back to the weather station because I ain't going up and over that mountain range. I'm going to go around. As we are fat. We're heavy. We're laden with ill-gotten gains. Remember, everything under 20 meters a second is safe. So I can come in here pretty hard. Boom. Landed. And now, with this thing fueled, I can do some transferring. And fill it up. Alright, this 2.5 meter cargo container can take all that because it can take up to 32 tons. Oh, that is excellent. We can look at our cargo, our control panel here. Our hydrogen take is at 38%. It is currently slowly discharging. That is all right. We may want to go grab a little bit more ice before we leave the planet. So let's go and do that. We'll take this thing and let's go check to see how it handles. Liftoff is good. Good acceleration. Excellent. And I know that the ice cave is just up over here in the ridge line. Woo! Oh, jeez. I fell right off the edge. Oh, God. Boom. See, one thing I hope, because this is something that the O2H2 generator itself says, that it can be used with either ice or water directly in order to make hydrogen fuel. And my hope and my dream is that at some point for these tutorial-esque type scenarios, they add that in as an option. So you get to this point and you can be like, hey, you can go back into the mountain to mine more ice, right? Or you can head off down to the coastline and you can mine more, like you can go and plunk yourself in the water and you can go and slurp up some water to turn it into hydrogen. I really hope they add that as a sort of optional objective so that people can learn that, you know, you don't have to mine ice in the mountains in order to make your ships fly. You can do it in the water. Because we look at the control panel here for the H2. Yes, yeah, turns ice and water into hydrogen and oxygen. So hopefully that's something they do in the future. Similarly to that, there's also the option, like back when we were repairing the conveyors at that sort of it had the H2O2 generator and it had the thruster and then we had to repair the conveyor lines. I hope what they do for that in the future is they say, hey, you could go and mine new materials and mine more ore and do this and build it up new. Or you should take a look outside and see if there's anything around that you can scavenge. Because there are conveyors right outside, just on like a pallet, that you could grind down to get the components to then build it. So it would be really nice if they taught new people the fact that you can scavenge and you can salvage things in order to build new things. Because they don't really teach that in this bit of tutorial. But now, the last thing we want to do here is add a little bit more thrusters. Because why not? We want to be able to maneuver a slight bit better. And there is some excellent spots here where a few thrusters would fit on just perfectly naturally. Right? Just on all these little spots here. And you get some extra braking thrusters. We put one on the nose there, but we'll actually we'll be putting a drill there in the future. And now we just need a little bit of iron and cobalt. We can use our grids as well. Flip over here, we just need tubes and grids. So I'll grab the grids and I'll grab some tubes. Now we can just go to town, building up these thrusters with our scavenged materials. And I think one last one, there's a tiny little spot right in there. Perfect for a thruster. But I think I gotta maneuver this thing and have it lift off a little bit for me to be able to access it. And I have just enough. I'm one grid away. One spare grid, that's all I got. But there we go. We got 100% hydrogen fuel. We got some extra thrusters. Alright, and now with everything built up, fueled up, we can blast off the planet and head off towards Valian Station, as it is going to be the next step on our colonization goals. But that is going to be it for this episode of Space Engineers 2. That was the tutorial, as well as a little bit of what you should salvage from the starting grids and what you should steal. And we're off to the next section where we get some contracts and we'll set up our first space base. But that is going to be in the next episode. For now, thanks for watching and good hunting out there, fellow space engineers.